Welcome, you lovely souls. Thank you for being present. So, we're going to do a community message. I hope that this community message serves you guys well. So, to start this message off, we're blessed with the Two of Spades, supported by the Three of Spades and the Nine of Hearts. So, what this is telling me that you're challenging yourself or you're being challenged. All right, so pain and pleasure. A lot of us have grown up thinking pain and pleasure is one and the same. Like that we have to have pain and pleasure. The grief that comes from heartbreak with the Three of Spades. Most of the time, we've numbed it out with the Nine of Hearts. This can show up in addictions and things of that nature, negative attachment styles, because we're afraid of experiencing that severe grief of us, for long periods of time, not acknowledging the pain that comes from heartbreak. With the Nine of Hearts, this is saying that, due to us not knowing exactly how to express that pain with the Two of Spades here, we have developed methods that is contributing to cycles of continued pain. So some of us, we're willingly questioning, why do I feel this way about this thing? Why is it that I'm confused? And a lot of us are learning that if we continue reacting the way we've been programmed to act when we feel confusion, where we've been programmed to just take our anger out on others and then blame the anger that we're experiencing and feeling for the evil actions we've taken on others. We're starting to see, yes, I'm angry, but it's a choice for me to react in this manner. So this is where the ones of us who are willingly challenging ourselves, we're saying, okay, when I'm confused and I'm feeling immense pain and I just want to escape into whatever it is that makes me feel safe for the moment, what new things can I do instead of repeating a cycle of self-sabotage? Because most of the time when we're in a cycle of self-sabotage, we're blessed with individuals who will support us self-sabotaging because they can benefit from it. Now, how is this a blessing? Because they're reflecting to us what we are allowing them to do. So this is where if we have any unhealed resentment within, we have to get honest with ourselves. I'm allowing this individual to do what they're doing. Why am I doing this? Because this is a sense of comfort for me. But it's obvious this comfort zone is hurting me. And what's interesting is when we get this honest with ourselves and we challenge ourselves to say, hey, I'm going to see what would happen if I don't engage in this toxic habit that's not really serving me. How will these people around me respond? You start to see that the people that are enabling you to self-sabotage, who get something from you being in a low vibration, they increase efforts to harm you. And this is where this confusion can come in, because you're wondering, if I'm trying to do better, why are you trying to be a distraction and a thorn in my side? Why are you trying to, influence me negatively to self-sabotage? So this is where a lot of us are being challenged. Now, those who like to enable self-sabotage because they get a benefit from it, this is where they're starting to experience the side effects of being called out consistently. You know, when you start setting boundaries with very toxic individuals who have a lot to gain from exploiting you, the hardest part is having that consistency in communicating boundaries, especially when you want to when you start stating new beginnings with very toxic people. This is where you start to see the true colors. Okay. When toxic people get to the point where they're trying to act as if they've been supporting you this whole time, you can expect that if they are able to create an isolated event with you, they will take on your they will emulate the personal growth that you're exuding. All the while, they will try to project their where they're falling short onto you. Okay. For example, I witnessed an individual who's having a spiritual awakening, and they're surrounded by snakes. And I don't know if they're a snake themselves. I just sit back and watch. But before this group of friends he was around, they were like, "What you doing? Why are you trying to act different?" And now they're trying to act as if they're having spiritual awakenings as well. Okay? So when you start to realize, you know, if you're trauma bonded to people and there's a lot of emotional manipulation and confusion, you know, you can I would recommend the black tourmaline. My my stone combination I would recommend for healing a broken heart when you're having a spiritual awakening and, you know, needing that the strength to keep going, because you start to realize how draining it is to explain this spiritual awakening you're having to individuals. The reality is you're not supposed to explain a spiritual awakening to anyone, quite honestly. You're just supposed to experience it. So when you have individuals trying to get you to explain what's going on in your spiritual awakening, they're literally just looking for ways that they can interrupt it, because they're not benefiting the way they used to off of you when you're having a spiritual awakening. So individuals who are literally trying to energy harvest off of you while you're having a spiritual awakening and emulating your character, and sabotaging things that you're close and near and dear to, they're really highly upset because they feel they've fallen from grace, and they feel that what they've done, God will not forgive. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? So this is why a lot of us are, you know, challenging ourselves to understand, why exactly am I feeling the way I feel, and what can I do to move forward to get from feeling unstuck. All right. Now we're also blessed with the Nine of Hearts. Again, we now also have the Queen of Diamonds, the King of Clubs, and the Jack of Diamonds. So what this is telling me is asking these questions and challenging yourself is connecting you back to where it all began, your motivations. Before, your passions got distorted. And this is also happening for individuals who've been trying to redirect people off their course. They're also getting brought back to the beginning, their passions, their motivations before it got distorted. The difference here is that the people who have purposely been distorting individuals off their path, they're starting to get a dose of reality, a wake-up call, that the reason that they are where they're at in life right now is because they chose to take shortcuts. And the reality is that if they truly want to achieve their highest potential, it's going to take a long time. You know, when we start having diamonds come up with royalty energy. This is not where, someone just said, hey, I want to have an empire. I want to be a king. I want to be a queen. And all of a sudden they put on a crown and everyone's just saying, oh my gosh, we respect you, we honor you, we adore you. No. You have to learn the lessons of a king and queen to understand what attacks will come to your foundation. Okay? To understand what kind of defense mechanisms that you will need to protect your kingdom, your foundation. And this is where these people who have been, if you saw 11:11, make a wish. But this is where these people who have been consciously distorting truth, they're realizing that even if they do and are able to obtain wealth and a healthy, loving relationship, they realize they don't even have the security measures set in place to obtain it. They know that they will consistently lose it. So it's more so, these are individuals who have thought that, they can just manifest without doing anything. They can just put out their intentions into the universe. These people have abused the moon cycles. They've just been saying, I want this. This is what my heart desires. This is what I deserve. All this suffering I've endured. They're coming to the conclusion they've been suffering because of their own actions. So, if you are the responsible individual, you're being advised to not take what they do personally, because honestly, they know deep down in their hearts they would not be able to maintain even having their heart's desires, because they haven't built the work ethic to sustain what they're asking for. This is how come their main strength is in destroying. If you saw 1234, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're on the right path. This is why their main strength is in destroying foundations. This is why they want information, accurate information as to how, you're able to connect back to your roots, and if you're not willingly giving them information, there's spell work involved, all right, and things of that nature. Basically, these people are so lazy, they will go to do a spell. Hey, you ain't telling me the information, so let me go do some magic. Things like that. Okay? So while you're exploring the truth of what needs to come out, know that you're protected. All right? We're going to end this message real quick with this last message. We have the 9 of Spades, the Ace of Spades, the 2 of Clubs, and the 4 of Clubs. Realize that all of this unsettledness, this unknown of a journey that you're on is leading you to truth. And truth is so powerful. It will basically fuck up the foundation of illusions. So those who have been trying to fuck up your foundation with illusions, their foundations are getting fucked up, because this truth is coming out about the illusions they've put out and the motivations behind it. Their fears are coming to them. They can no longer run from their fears if they once try to project onto others. So Spirit is saying, continue, exploring where it is you're being led to, and to understand that you have spiritual support to help you through these times of unknown as truth is coming out around you, okay? Without further ado, we're going to cleanse the energy, and I hope that this helped you guys. Blessings, peace, and love.